Hello, all of you second graders. It's Granny Nolan, and it seems that I have aged a lot of years overnight. But I still think I can see well enough to teach you a reading lesson today. Okay, friends? All right, so if you remember, we have been working on a very important reading skill over the past couple of weeks. Can anyone tell me what we've been working on? Because my memory has gotten a little bad since I'm so old. So I need you to help me refresh my memory. What reading skill have we been working on, friends? That's right, to recount a story, to retell a story, and to determine the central message or lesson. That's right, okay? And remember, we've also kind of done a little bit with fables and folk tales. We learned the difference between a fable and a folk tale, and we practiced determining the lesson of those as well. Now, today, what we're going to do is remember, like I said, we've been trying to determine the lesson of the story. And sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. But really, all we have to do is think about what the characters in the story are doing. We can learn by what we see the characters in our story are doing. We can learn a lesson from them, right? All right, so today, what we're going to do, actually, before we get started, tell me, what lesson did we learn on Monday when we read our story? Do y'all remember what story we read on Monday? I wasn't an old lady on Monday. Monday, I was a referee. That's right. We played some basketball, and we read the story Salt in His Shoes, and it was the story about Michael Jordan. What lesson did we learn from hearing Michael Jordan's story? Yes, that practice makes perfect. You have to work hard and be determined to keep getting better at something, right? And the same thing goes with reading. You have to continue to read because practice makes perfect. Now, so today we're going to continue with that same skill, and what we're going to do is we're going to learn with lemonade, okay? And we are going to be practicing our summary strategy. Do y'all remember that from Monday? Yes, okay. So once again, we're going to go over, because telling a summary is just another way to retell a story. And we learned there is a really cool strategy that makes it really easy for telling a summary. And it's the somebody, wanted, but, so, then strategy. So keep that in mind, okay? Somebody, who is the character? What did the character want? But then there was a problem, right? So how did the character solve the problem? What steps did the character take to solve the problem? Then what was the solution? Okay, what happened at the end? What was the big bingo aha moment? All right, so when we're done completing our summary, we are going to, when life gives you lemons, learn a lesson. And we're going to see there's actually several different lessons in our story today, okay? And we're going to see if we can fill up our lemon tree with different lessons that we learned today, okay? I think y'all are really going to love our story. I bet you're wondering why in the world I'm dressed like an old granny, okay? And it's because our story today is called When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. Isn't this, Miss Nolan, just absolutely, honestly, the reason that I bought this book is because of the cover. You should never judge a book by its cover. But this one, I just loved all of the colors. I like how they used a lemon for the O in lemon tree. I just absolutely love this. Okay, so today I am the grandma. I am going to be giving you a lemon tree. All right, so When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree, written by Jamie L. B. Denahan. All right, and remember, as I'm reading, think about the summary. Think about how we're going to put all of that together in order to learn a lesson and add some lemons to our tree, okay? Now, would you be very happy if your grandma gave you a lemon tree? Would you rather have like some cool toys or a lemon tree? Well, you might be just like this little girl. Let's find out. You were hoping for one, wait, did I skip a page? No, I didn't. Okay, here we go. You were hoping for one of these things. Here's her birthday wish list. She wants a robot dog, a drone, a computer, a phone, a remote control car. headphones. I bet do you have all those things on your birthday wish list? I bet some of you do. So she was hoping for all of these things. But surprise! It's what is it? Lemon tree! Look at her face. She's like, I don't really know what to think about that. What should you do when Grandma gives you a lemon tree for your birthday? First of all, act excited. Your face should look like this. Yay! Not this. Don't give it back. And definitely not this. Wah! Next, say something polite. Try, thank you, just what I needed. Keep smiling until Grandma leaves or falls asleep. And do not harm your lemon tree. So you gotta act excited, right? When somebody gives you a gift, you gotta at least be thankful for it. Don't drop it off of a bridge. Tie it to your birthday balloons. Play ding dong ditch the lemon tree. Don't do that. Dear neighbor, happy lemon tree day. So she's trying to get rid of it. Saying, don't do those things. Now, listen closely. This is important. Place your lemon tree in a sunny spot. Be careful not to overwater. And prepare for battle against intruders. All right, she made up a little obstacle course. She's protecting her lemon tree from intruders. So we had things to not do, and now we have things that you need to do if you get a lemon tree for your birthday. When winter arrives, keep your lemon tree warm. Then wait. And she's reading a book that says, so you own a lemon tree. Now what? So she's waiting and she's trying to learn a little bit about her lemon tree. And wait some more. Trying to give it some light. Once the snow melts, it's time to bring your lemon tree back outside. Well done! Sure, you can decorate your lemon tree or hide behind it. Come out wherever you are. They're playing hide and go seek. Look at how big her lemon tree has gotten. But you know what's even more fun? Picking lemons! Woohoo! Look at all of those lemons that have grown on her lemon tree. And now, is she excited? Yeah. Was she excited at the beginning to get a lemon tree for her birthday? No, she wasn't. But look now what's happening. Now she's super excited because her lemon tree has grown lemons. Pick them, slice them, squeeze them. Come on, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ta-da! Now you have lemon juice. Look at all those lemons. Okay, and notice her birthday wish list is still on the refrigerator. But she's making what? Lemonade. You didn't think I'd just leave you with lemon juice, did you? Of course not. Remember those gifts you were hoping for? Remember? Remember all the gifts at the beginning? It's good you're staying focused. Okay, so she's adding to her list. Gather these items. Lemon juice, check. Water, check. A pinch or handful of sugar, check. I'm more of a handful of sugar kind of girl. And then they actually give us the recipe for lemonade down here, but step 4, flashy lemonade stand. Cue a dazzling smile and ka-ching! Count your cash and head to the store. So what did she do with all of those lemons? She turned the lemons into lemonade. She created a lemonade stand so she could sell some lemonade. And what do you think she's going to do with her money? It says, ka-ching, count your cash and head to the store. And if you look, this says electronics. And I see robot dogs, computers. Were those things on her wish list? Her birthday wish list? Yeah, they were. It says, now you can finally buy exactly what you want. What do you notice in the background here? Beside all of the electronics, there's a garden. What do you think she's going to do? Let's find out. Something you can really enjoy. What did she do with all of her money? She bought more things from the garden. Something she can enjoy and share with others too. The end. Look at all of that. Wow, that garden really grew. So it started with just a lemon tree, and then it turned into something even more beautiful. And at the end, did the little girl have a choice? Did she have a choice if she could buy all of the things that were on her birthday wish list to begin with, or to buy more beautiful plants? She did have a choice, right? Do you think she made the right one? I bet some of you are saying yes, and some of you are saying no. But I think she did make the right choice. So we actually can learn a lot of lessons from when Grandma gives you a lemon tree. But before we can get to putting lesson lemons on our lemon tree, let's talk about this summary, okay? Really quickly. So we're going to start with our somebody, right? Okay, who is the main character? Who is the main character in our story today? Okay, so there was a little girl and there was Grandma, but mostly the story was mainly about the little girl. That's right. And I think her name actually was Lola, because in our story it had on her lemon tree her name, unless that's what she named. Maybe she named her lemon tree Lola. I don't know. All right, but the main character was the little girl, okay? And what did the little girl want? At the beginning of our story, she was making something. She really wanted what? Yes, she really wanted some cool new gadgets for her birthday. Just like you, I bet you're making a connection. I bet you make birthday lists too. And I bet you put some of those cool gadgets on your birthday list, right? So the little girl wanted some cool new gadgets for her birthday. And remember, all of these are working together for us to retell our story. Wanted some cool new gadgets for her birthday, but what was the problem? What did her old granny do? Yes, okay, but her grandma bought her a lemon tree instead. And she was like, thanks, Grandma. You know, she did not really like that lemon tree at first, okay? But her grandma bought her a lemon tree instead, and she kind of had to act excited about it. So, how did the little girl solve her problem? How did she solve it? Remember, before they had the little girl went through steps, right, to kind of solve her problem of getting a lemon tree for her birthday. So, even though she was a little disappointed at first, she decided to take care of the lemon tree. So she went through things that we don't need to do, and then she went through some things that we do need to do, like water it, give it sunlight, make sure you're just giving it some tender love and care, right? Okay. So even though she was a little disappointed, then what was the solution? What happened? Yes, that's exactly right. Then the lemon tree finally grew lemons, and the little girl used the lemons to make lemonade for her lemonade stand. Have y'all ever had a lemonade stand before? If not, it's warm enough outside now, so maybe you should do that. And she used the money she made to buy more plants to grow. So she had a problem. That lemon tree was her problem at the beginning. But then it ended up making her so happy. Okay? So just like that, we have created a summary that helps us to retell our story. All right? So check, we're marking it off just like that little girl marked her list off. We're marking things off of our list today. So we have our summary. Now, let's think about how all of these things work together to help us determine the lesson of our story. Now, there were several lessons that we could learn in When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. Can you think of one? This one's kind of obvious. Think about it. When life gives you lemons, what do you need to do? Make lemonade. So I have a jar of lemons over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull, just kind of ignore the rest of this. We're going to get to this in just a second. But I'm going to pull some life lesson lemons out of my lemon jar, okay? So the first one, like we just said, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, okay? So we're going to add that one. That one's just a sweet little lesson. I love that. And I'm sure you've heard that before. But we're going to add that lemon to our lemon tree, okay? All right, so what's another lesson that you think we can learn? So think about, you know, at first the little girl, she wasn't very excited to get her gift, right? But did she end up loving it in the end? Yeah, she did. So, you know, we could really learn that sometimes the best gifts are the ones we least expect, okay? You know, you might not want something or you might not really be that excited to get it, but if you just kind of give it some time, it might end up being your most favorite gift of all. So sometimes the best gifts are the ones we least expect. All right, so that's another. Look at that. We're filling up our lemon tree just like the little girl. Okay, let's think about another one. All right, I've got another one here. Now, what did the little girl have to do? Whenever she got the lemon tree, did it have a whole bunch of lemons on it? No, it didn't. So what did she have to do? Just like this kind of goes back to our Michael Jordan story too. Did he just all of a sudden grow to be 6 feet, 6 inches tall overnight? No, he had to be what? Patient. That's right. And the little girl had to be patient too before her lemon tree could bloom. So that's another lesson we could learn. If you wait patiently, things will bloom into something beautiful. Just requires a little bit of patience. And then life will give us something very beautiful. All right? And the last one, I really, really love this lesson because I think it really applies to you right now because we're at home, we're doing all of this online learning, TV learning, okay? Things are just different, right? And so we're constantly on some sort of device, whether it's a computer or a tablet or a cell phone or something, right? Okay, so the little girl, she had all of those electronic devices on her birthday wish list, right? But is that what she ended up with in the end when she had a choice? No, she ended up choosing the plants. She ended up choosing the beautiful flowers and things like that. So, you know what? Sometimes, do you think it's important for us to put our devices down and get outside and enjoy nature, just like the little girl did? Yes, okay? So that is a beautiful lesson from this story. Okay, it's important to put down the electronics and enjoy nature. Plant a flower. Dig a hole, you know, I don't care, okay? Find some ladybugs and caterpillars. All right, it's just so important to give yourself a break away from the screen every now and then and to really just enjoy life, okay? And I love that story. Maybe you could even plant a lemon tree, but you got to be patient, remember. You got to be patient and wait for it to bloom. All right, so there we have it, friends. Okay, our lemon tree is full of beautiful lessons that we can learn from our story. All right, so that's that. We really have the, you know, the educational part of our lesson done today. All right, so I just wanted to go over the retelling strategy of using a summary with you and then again, working on finding a lesson. But now I just wanted to have a little bit of fun today because why not, you know? So we are going to do an experiment with lemons. Now, I bet you're thinking that we're going to make lemonade, but no, that's not what we're going to do. But you could do this. You could make lemonade at home, of course. Now, I have a whole bunch of lemons here. Okay, I've got more because I could do this experiment over and over and over again. All right, but what we're going to be doing is we are going to make lemon volcanoes. All right, are you excited? I am, and I did this experiment at home just to make sure it would work, and it does, okay, if I don't mess up. But, you know, sometimes that's another lesson we could learn. Sometimes scientists, you know, they have to experiment with things, and they don't always get it right the first time, right? So if it messes up, that's okay, because we're still learning a lesson, right? All right, so what you need is you need some lemons, okay, just like this, and you got to cut them in half. Now, I already cut mine in half just for time purposes, but here I have some lemons cut in half. Once you cut them in half, you have to squeeze the juice out of them. I've already squeezed the juice out of most of them, but I've still got some left in this one, so you got to squeeze the juice out of the lemons. And then guess what you can do with this juice? You can make lemonade. That's right. But don't just drink it because that'd be really sour. You got to make sure you add a little bit of water, a lot of sugar, right? Okay, so you're going to squeeze the juice out of the lemonade, and it's going to be a little bit messy, but that's okay because messes are fun, right, parents? All right, so you're going to squeeze the juice out of the lemonade, and then you have to get a little bit of dish soap, okay? And you're going to just kind of squirt a little bit. Oh, okay, come on. Okay, there we go. You got to squirt a little bit of dish soap onto your lemon, okay? Dish soap. And then you have to add a little bit of food coloring. It doesn't matter what color. I'm going to use a little bit of each color because I have 4 lemon slices here. Okay, boop, boop, boop. And you don't really have to add too much food coloring because a little bit of food coloring goes a long way. All right, just a couple little drops here and there. Yellow, this may or may not show up because our lemons are yellow. We'll see. Okay, and red. Bet you're excited to see how this turns out. All right, and red. Okay, then you're going to take some baking soda. Voila. All right, and you're just going to pour a little bit of baking soda onto each lemon. Okay, I don't really know how much I need. It doesn't really matter. You can just kind of gauge it. All right, baking soda, baking soda. Okay, now for the fun part. Are you ready? All right, then the last thing that you need. Okay, we got to make sure we get some sort of close-up here on this lemon because something's about to happen, okay? All right, so then you need some vinegar. Now, a fun, quick little science experiment. What happens with the vinegar reacts with the acid, the acidic, citrusy stuff in the lemon and the baking soda, and it's going to form a volcano, okay? Now, it's not going to blow up like you probably think it will, but it's still fun. All right, here we go. Ready? Do you see that? Do you see how it's fizzing and bubbling and voila. Turns into a lemon volcano. Just like volcanoes, they fizz and they bubble and they erupt. Pretty cool, huh? So that's just something a little fun. And it actually ends up making all sorts of beautiful colors into your jar. And then you can play around in it. All right, so that was just for fun. But you know what? Reading directions for science experiment is another great way to practice reading, right? And reading direction or reading like recipes for a cookbook, and all of those things are all wonderful ways that we can practice reading, and we can learn lessons from things like reading science experiments and reading recipes and cookbooks. They all teach us wonderful life lessons. All right, friends, so remember, practice makes perfect. Keep reading, okay? Remember our lesson today and put down those electronic devices and get outside, and maybe you could plant a lemon tree. All right? Well, Granny Nolan's got to go now. I'm getting a little tired up here. I think I might go take a nap. So Granny Nolan, we'll see y'all next time. Once again, I have something super fun planned for next week. Bye, friends.